Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Tennova Healthcare. When you are in need of medical care or emergency care anywhere in East Tennessee, Tennova is nearby. Hospitals in Jefferson City, Morristown, Newport, La Follette, Jamestown, Cleveland. They have 3 locations just in and around Knoxville: Powell, the downtown location, and Turkey Creek. Trust the team I trust. That's Tennova.com. And if you don't trust me, then trust the team Peyton Manning trusts. Tennova Healthcare, Tennova.com. All right, I want to welcome in. You heard the laughter. I bet there hadn't been a lot of laughter in your house in the last 24 hours. VFL Sterling Hinton is with us. Sterling, thanks for being here.
That'd be a John P.
And let me just say this. I know this. For the people out there, people who are mad, there are people who are down, there are people who are sad. No one I've ever met in my entire life lives and dies with that team more than this guy.
Oh, baby.
So the fact you're smiling on the outside is pretty impressive. All right. Look, Tennessee in its history has never lost 8 games. Aside from Ohio State, I believe Ohio State's still there, and then some teams that have recently risen up to the FBS level. Aside from Ohio State, I don't think there's anybody else in the country that's ever not lost 8. Florida has had a couple of over seasons in the past. People forget this. Alabama lost 9 games in 2003. That's how close they are to losing 9 games. They lost 8 games in 2000. Those weren't forfeits either.
Wow.
So they lost 17 games in 2 seasons at Alabama. All right, Tennessee's never lost 8. Chuck's over at the big board. Let's take a look over there. There's your remaining schedule: at Alabama, at Kentucky, Southern Miss, at Missouri, LSU, Vanderbilt. Gentlemen, all right, I'll start with Sterling because I know what he's going to say, and we'll move on past it. Look, he's 4-8, a legitimate possibility.
I don't think it is. I don't think, and this is why. I mean, based on the schedule we've had, the games we played, we just a couple of plays we said earlier in the show, from being 5-1. Now, we flip it.
You're ignoring the other half of that equation.
Go ahead. I'm also
sorry.
speaking to the point of where, now we're 3-3. Now we got opportunity to be 5-1. That's how I see it.
All right, very good. Daniel's 4-8 a real possibility.
I'm going to say no, just because Derek Dooley wasn't able to do it. I remember being on the team when we were, I think it was 2-6 at one point. Ended up, able to win 4 straight. And I'm just hoping that that's the case again.
Okay, let's go pretty quickly. Shazan, you think 4-8's a real possibility?
No. 6-6, 7-5, not 4-8.
Okay, Jimmy?
The question is, it's a real possibility. Yes, it is. I think it's highly unlikely, but it is possible.
Yeah. And here's why I think it is possible. The one thing we can't, and let's go back to Chuck over the big board. The one thing we can't talk about is the fact that if they make a move, or if this team at some point quits, or if they make a move with Jones, you don't know how the team reacts. Before the 2008 season, no one would have said, well, they'll lose to Wyoming. That was the Fulmer firing. You could run into something like that down the end of this stretch. Chuck, I'm going to let you make the final call. What are the wins? What are the losses there? Do you think 8 is a possibility?
Well, I mean, right off the bat, Butch Jones is 0-8 against the SEC West, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and make these 2 losses right here. That's why I think, John, and I said this at the start of the season, my swing game for all this is at Kentucky. And how do you respond after the trip to Alabama? That's almost a question mark to me. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt now and go W. Missouri, can you get that one at Missouri with that offense? This may be my surprise pick. I would go loss there.
Wow.
And I will give them a win at home against Vanderbilt.
Okay, so you say 3-3 the rest of the way and finish 6-6.
Yes.
Okay. I think 8 is a possibility, especially based on where this team is if they make a move on Jones. If this team lays down, it's very possible they could lose 8 games. All right. I'm not saying it's likely. Not saying I would bet the house on that. I'm just saying it is, for the first time I can remember, it's a real possibility. All right. Our VFLs talk next about the quarterback situation. Garantano got the start yesterday. How did he look? Who gets the ball moving forward? Come on back on the Sports Source.